What is up, people? Today I'll be doing a movie review on Flight Risk. As usual, this is my spoiler warning, so if you have not seen this film for whatever reason, then obviously click off. But yeah, this is my spoiler warning. So as usual, I'll be giving you the breakdown. Initial thoughts, positives and negatives. For the positives, it's going to be pilot imposter, dialogue, funny bad, and plane shots. For negatives, it's be overall expressions, random lore with the pilot, and the ending. And then I'll end it with my ending thoughts. Coming into watching this film, I wasn't expecting something revolutionary like at all. It's a simple, decent action/thriller type of showcasing over the course of a flying airplane. Although, I can't really say it was decent whatsoever because it was quite the bumpy ride, no pun intended, in how the events unfolded, such terrible dialogue, and very rarely any sense of changing tone. An all-around pure mess for a good chunk of it, with some minor moments of enjoyment, and I mean minor. But first I'll talk about pilot imposter. Without a single doubt, the fake pilot was the better source of entertainment. Having the moments from him being normal at first and seeming like any ordinary pilot, and slowly realizing of the actual fraud he was, not actually being a legit pilot, and going absolutely crazy against the other two that were on board, such as wrapping the seatbelt around the woman's neck while stabbing the captured subject that was next to her, certain moments in his dialogue of coming off uneasy/creepy and making the others feel uncomfortable or just trying to get under their skin, and all the moments when he tried to escape the handcuffs by using a knife to try and cut the strap around the cuffs and eventually forcing his hands through the cuffs as his skin was peeling off in the process. Quite the deranged man, to say the least. Next will be dialogue. Funny bad. Even though the dialogue for the most part wasn't the greatest, there were moments that felt more like on the comedic side, even if that wasn't the intent. Now, I won't lie to you, I won't be able to really name specific examples off the top of my head because I kind of forgot about any sort of specific examples, at least in this scenario, because yeah, the movie was just that forgettable. But I'll at least tell you in terms of these scenarios and where they occurred. With scenarios when the fake pilot was tied up and kept talking in a weird sexual tone towards the captured subject, which sounded more goofy. And another when the female agent was talking with the air traffic control person and having this sort of romantic/flirting kind of dialogue, feeling straight up awkward and unnatural in the way their tone sounded. Next will be plane shots. Simple point, there were certain shots as the plane was going by and having these closer shots in the more crazy moments when the plane just barely missed on crashing and when everybody was fighting the pilot inside. These were decently executed shots. And I'll move on to the negatives, starting with overall expression. So again, not only was the dialogue bad, but their expressions just looked like a disconnect in not matching with the current situation happening. Such as in scenarios when they got serious and tense, their body expressions just felt toned back. At least with the captured suspect and the agent, since the fake pilot really was the only one that really matched the scenario in just the way that they acted. Even in simple conversation at times, they also looked toned down as well. There was just some sort of lacking visualization with the expressions. Next will be random lore with the pilot. At some point, there was this spurging moment of the fake pilot being the real threat and just out of nowhere. Listen to all the things that he has done, some to the point of even freaking out the other two characters. Although it brought more depth to the pilot, like I said, it was just out of nowhere. Due to that, it didn't have the effect that was intended. Probably would have been better if they implemented the list of things the pilot said into scenes that would have served them better, creating a better sense of intimidation. Next would be the ending. But it's simple, the ending didn't felt like a proper ending. It was more awkward, especially an ending after the agent almost got shot and taking out the secret assassin that tried to kill her and stopping right there. To add on, there were moments before in the plane of the agent finding out terrible cases with higher up positioned people in her department, and we didn't even at least see scenes that served for those cases. It just would have felt more complete. Simple, but more complete. Overall, this film has had its moments, but other elements needed to be done better. Whether it's the bad dialogue being said by the characters or having the most enjoyment from the fake pilot, it couldn't reach at least to being remotely decent or a funny bad more consistently. As for the rating of this film, I'll be giving Flight Risk a 3.5 out of 10. Anyways, later.